In the following program, we have been asked to input a name and then convert each letter of the name to its opposite case. And then we must print the original and the modified name along with suitable messages. So, for example, if the user enters James Bond in the following format, while J is capital, A is in small, M is in capital again, then the first thing that we must display is the original name, which is same as that as of the input. And then we must display the new name. Now, if you have noticed, every letter has been flipped. For example, J is in capital, therefore in the new name J is small. A is small, therefore in the new name A is capital, and so on, right? So that's what we need to do. If the character is in uppercase, we must convert that to lowercase, and if the character is in uh, uh, lowercase, then we must convert that to uppercase. Now, you already know that strings are immutable. Therefore, we cannot change the individual characters that are present within the string. So what we can do is we can create a new name by creating a new variable. Therefore, we are going to have a variable in our method which is going to contain the output. All right. Okay. And to solve this problem, I'm going to be using a function called flip case. That's the name that I'm going to give to this function. And this flip case function would take in a string as input, and it would form the new name, and it would return the new name. All right. Therefore, the return type of the function is string. Okay. So let's see what the algorithm of this function is. Now, first, what we need to do is we need to make some initialization. So we need to have a variable in which we are going to store an empty string. All right. So this is an empty string. Now, then we would have a variable called length, and in that we're going to store the let's first contain have the str, which is the string input, and then we need to calculate the length of str and store it in a variable called length. Length of str. All right. Now, because I've run out of space here, therefore I'm going to start writing my algorithm from here. Okay. The next thing that we need to do is we need to run a for loop, which would run from 0 to length minus 1. We need to access every character that's present in our string. And then we need to extract the character. So ch is the character at ith position of str. All right. The next thing that we need to do is we need to check if ch or the extracted character is in uppercase or not. So if ch is in uppercase, then we must append the lowercase version of the of ch in output. So output equals output plus lower. Else, if the string is not in uppercase, then the character might be in lowercase. Therefore, then we must append the uppercase version of the character to output. So in else, we would write copy. Let's delete this thing. The uppercase version of the character. All right. So that's it for the algorithm. Now, some of you might be thinking that ch may not be a letter. For example, the user may mischievously enter a string containing digits or special symbols. So what in that case? So if the user enters anything other than a letter, then the letter wouldn't be in uppercase, right? Therefore, this condition would be false. And if it's false, then the else part would function, would trigger, and therefore the uppercase form of the character would be appended to output. Now you already know that the two uppercase method of the character class, the library function, uh, if we pass anything other than a letter to it, then it would return the same argument. For example, if we pass 1 as an argument to the two uppercase function, then it would return 1 as it is. unchanged, right? So therefore, if the user enters anything other than a letter, in fact, that case has also been taken care of in our algorithm. All right. So now that we have done with our algorithm, so I would want you to pause this video right now and give this program a shot and see if you can implement this function and call it from main method to to facilitate the output, that is. So pause this video right now and try it out for yourself. All right. So I hope you did try it out by yourself. And now it's time for the solution of this problem. All right. The first thing that I'm going to do is create a class. I'm going to name it gibberish. And then first I'll import the scanner class, java.util.scanner. Next, I'm going to import name the class as string12 because that helps me to keep track of which questions I've solved and which questions I haven't. But you may name it some other name and give it some other name as well, right? Any other valid name. So first returns the converted case string of str. First, we need to define our flip case method. So string flip case because it returns a string and it's going to take a string as input. Now, the first things first we need to declare an output string where we are going to concatenate our new string, right? And this is going to have an empty string. Now it is always a good practice to give this comment after these kinds of initializations. Why? You may ask. That's because when you write it in your copy, sometimes it happens that we leave unwanted spaces between these two double quotes. Now, what happens? What happens is it gives an impression that you have assigned a space to output. Therefore, when in case you haven't. Therefore, it's better if you give this comment, then the teacher will understand that you intended to give an empty string as an assignment to this variable, right? So it's always a good practice to do that. Okay, and when you're writing it in a copy, please do that. All right. Next, we need to calculate the length of our string. And to calculate the length of a string, we'll call the length function on the string variable, and then we would need to run a loop from 0 to length minus 1 plus the length a plus plus. All right, let's extract the character at the ith position. So char ch equal to str dot char add I. Then we need to test whether ch is in uppercase or not. Now you may use the library function here, or you could use the condition, range checking condition to check whether it's in uppercase or not. I'm going to use the latter one. So if ch lies between capital A and capital Z, then it would mean that ch is an uppercase letter. So if ch is an uppercase letter, then in that case we would append the lowercase form of ch. Now to get the lowercase form, I'll be using the library function. So output equal to output plus character dot to lowercase ch. Else, if it's not in uppercase, then it must be in lowercase. Therefore, in that case, we must append the what happened. Therefore, we must append the uppercase version of ch. Upper. And at the very end, we will return the output. All right. Now that that's done, let's move on with our program by writing the main function. Static void main. String args. All right, let's first make the copy it here. Let's first create an object of the scanner class because we need to take in a name as input. So scanner sc equals new scanner system.in. And then we need to create an object of this class. because we need to call the flip case method. So string 12 to new string. That's it. Next, we need to do is we need to take the name as input. Print enter your name. And because names can contain spaces, because the first name, middle name, and last name are separated by a single space, therefore we are going to use the next line method taking the input. So string str equal to sc dot next line. Okay, and then we need to give an output. So for that we need to display the original name as well as the new name. So system dot out dot println original name plus name that will be residing here. Let's copy this entire line, and the new name will be uh, found out by calling this function. We're going to call flipcase. To call this, we will require the help of our object flipcase str. Let's compile this. Oh, this should be a name actually. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. All right. So let's run this program now. Okay. All right. So let's give this input. So as we have something to tally with, JAMESBOND, and J has been changed to small j, small a has been changed to capital M has been changed to small m, and so on. It does match with the question. All right. So that's it. So that's it for the program implementation of the following program. And I hope you did understand the algorithm and the implementation for this problem. If you haven't, please watch it a couple of times, and I'm sure it will be clearer to you. Right? And so that's it for this video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.